All right, hey everyone. Welcome back to Nothing Nerdy. I am back here today with the Inspector who reacts. How you doing, Inspector?
Hello
Um,
everyone. Hello chat.
let's see who we got here. MXC, Winston. Hey guys, how y'all doing? um, yes. So I watched the Avengers. I watched it this morning. Actually, I watched it this afternoon. Um,
Iron Man 2 is before Avengers. Winston.
what's that?
Winston's like
Oh,
Iron Man. Yeah, we did. She did Iron Man and Thor at the same time for the last time we did it.
yeah. I watched there was one week I watched two movies in a row. I don't remember the last one I watched.
Captain America.
Oh, right.
Last
Yeah,
one.
that one's been my favorite so far. I feel like that's going to be a really hard movie to top. Look at this mouse. Someone liked it.
All
uh,
right.
Next is Iron Man 3. Yes, I'm excited to watch that one. Um, all
Good.
right. So, jump right into it.
What did you think?
I liked it. Now, I wasn't like I kind of this movie was like a fan favorite, right? This was like
This one was This one was the big one that everybody had been waiting for since this whole thing had started. So
okay. Um it's not my favorite. Like I Captain America is still my favorite. And like I said, I feel like
yeah.
that's going to be a tough one to beat. But I thought I thought it was a very good movie.
hmm
Again, I feel like all of them so far, it like pulls me right in. Um, it was nice to see all the characters together and
Yeah.
how they work together. And I guess that's supposed to be the big exciting thing. Um, here you have all of these heroes, all of these leading men and leading women
Mm,
coming together to save the world.
yep.
Um, Iron Man 3 is different. It has humor. The other ones were funny.
Yeah, we'll get to Iron Man 3, and we'll do. I guess let's next week we'll do double feature Iron Man 3 and Thor 2. So
Oh, there's a second Thor.
yeah, there's a bunch of not a bunch,
There's a
but
bunch of them. Uh, I'm out,
you'll
guys.
see. But yeah, we'll get Thor out of the way. 'Cause,
Well, so all right. Well, I'll talk about Thor in a minute, I guess. So yeah, so this was one thing I have to say I liked about the movie, like to the credit of the writers. Um, and I guess so like well, wait a minute. So the Avengers, was that a comic? That was a comic first, right? Or was this just
it's
something that
yeah,
they
the team up is a comic. The characters have met up before, but I think it was also like I don't know exactly because I'm pretty sure there's other like heroes that have been involved, but they because since the Marvel could only have these characters at this time,
mhm.
the rights to these characters they went with this team.
Okay. Yeah, I was
Just
wondering that. I wasn't sure because I was gonna say to the credit of the writers, I felt like they did a very good job. Like you have all of there was six of them, right? Well, there was
six
six on
six main characters plus a lot of side characters.
right. Well, so you have all of these heroes who like have their own story. They had their own movie, whatever, um, and to like bring them together and still have them have their own leading part in the movie. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? They were all still the lead
they're all
characters.
complementing each other.
Yeah.
They
Um,
all had kept the characters that they were from previous movies.
yeah, but they all, were such an they were all played an integral part to the story. Um, and I thought they did this seamlessly. Like for example, like at the end of the movie, towards the end of the movie, where they're having the big fight in New York, the big battle, whatever, how they
hmm
just kind of like seamlessly went from one character to the next character to like even with just this, moving the camera and like
Yeah,
your attention was completely on the next character.
yeah.
Um,
You didn't even um, you were never distracted.
yeah,
It was all there. It was
yeah,
all
yeah.
um, which was a benefit, of course, a great benefit of the movie, like having origin story movies, and so
Hmm.
you get to know these characters
Yeah.
before they're all teamed up, and you don't have to like learn anything. The only character you really need to learn anything about was Banner, Hulk. That was it for you. Like, the only character
Yeah,
you,
I almost regretted not watching that. Um, guys, and I'm a little confused about that. So he's Marvel, but he's not Disney.
Yeah, he's Marvel. He's always been Marvel. He's never-
But like not like I think your mic's getting a little static.
I was
Oh, okay. But he's not. But the Hulk movie wasn't a Disney movie.
yeah, yeah. Well, neither was Marvel. The Marvel movies didn't become like part of Disney. Like they were all Paramount movies
Uh huh.
until like sometime after this. Like I think Avengers. I don't even know. Like, I don't remember when Marvel was acquired by Disney, but it was sometime either when Avengers was coming out or after Avengers came out, and that's
Uh
when
huh.
Disney like acquired Marvel for themselves.
Okay.
But yeah, Hulk was always but Hulk was a character that I confused with the pictures.
Is Turner
Interesting.
is licensed to Universal Pictures.
But yeah, Hulk was always a Marvel character.
Okay.
Like it's just I don't know. Like the Incredible Hulk is one of those movies that's like there's very little of it that affects
Mhm.
the Avengers movie. It just kind of like there's some backstory is what it is, but it's like to get to know who the Hulk is, especially because it's a different actor too.
Right.
They're not the same actor playing him with this now.
Oh, so this guy who played the Hulk, he didn't play the Hulk in the other.
Am I quiet?
Well, your as you were talking, your mic was getting all kinds of static, so you were breaking up a little bit.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know why it wasn't like that at the very beginning. It's better now.
Yeah, I just probably wasn't talking like loud enough, sort of thing.
Okay. Um. All right. So yeah, I was a little confused about the whole thing with the Hulk, but he was an interesting character. Like when I first when Scarlett Johansson goes to get him. I was confused at first. I was like, who is this guy? Is this a bad guy? Is this a,
Hmm.
um, who is he? What is he doing? I didn't realize he was a doctor. Is that
Yeah,
correct? Okay.
yeah, he's a scientist doctor,
Okay.
sort of.
And I was blown away. I was like, wow, this guy's so mellow. Like here we are.
Yeah,
They're like there's all these superheroes and agents and whatnot. And this guy is so chill. And then I come to find out that he's the Hulk, and I'm like, that's interesting. Such a contrast. It
yeah.
makes for an interesting character. Um,
Um, Also, kind of like
okay, got you.
Disney cannot make a Hulk movie of its own. Huh. Interesting. It's kind of weird though. I feel like I don't know. Like Hulk is kind of an interesting character, but I don't. I hardly. It's kind of hard. I feel like it's hard for him to be in a solo movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think he works better when he's bouncing off characters. That
Yeah, I would find that. Yeah. Um, like, what can he really do other than punch things and throw things? You know.
keep his anger under control and such. It's
Yeah.
like
Maybe a movie where he
uh,
takes yoga.
let's see. I'm gonna like say right now that like this is probably my favorite Black Widow.
Oh,
like
she was. I didn't realize she was the Black Widow. I mean, I knew she was a superhero, but I didn't know her name. I didn't think to ask.
uh, Natasha, Scarlett Johansson,
Yes,
Natasha.
but she was really cool. We finally got to see more of her in this movie. They just
Yeah,
got the
like
rights back to him. I thought. Oh, did they? Interesting. So maybe there'll
so.
be a Hulk movie.
Okay, so Loki showing up in the very beginning.
Yes. Okay. Well, I was glad they started with that because, like, that confused me at the end of Thor, where we kind of see him and, um, yeah, that was just like really confusing to me. So, oh, your mic just went out. You just completely muted. Nothing. I can't hear you at all. I swear. No. And that's weird. I just heard static, but not you. Can you guys hear me? I just want to make sure it's not just me. Make sure nothing's going off the stream. Anybody watching? Can you guys hear him or not? Bueller? Bueller? All right, well, do you want to,
Okay, how about now?
Oh, yeah, now I do. That was
Okay.
That was so weird. What happened?
I guess it went to this mic and not the camera mic this whole time, so I was like, that's what it was, the big problem.
Oh.
Okay.
And you're louder now, too. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering why it looked like the audio wasn't going well.
Ah, all right. Yeah, and I mean, I could hear you fine before, but you are louder now.
Okay, clear. That's better.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Where were we? We were Loki. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Loki shows up, and he's got...
I was going to say, just before my mic cut out, I was going to say that when you were all confused, like, you were like, okay, what's Loki doing at the end of Thor? Like, what's that thing that's confusing? I was all like, hang on, just, you'll find out.
So wait a minute, so was that scene... So that location that we saw him in, is that where this movie started?
I believe so, yeah. I believe it's the same factory facility where...
Okay. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, sorry about that chat and all that craziness. Alright, I'm back.
You're back. I don't know what it is about these streams that just make me choke lately. The air is dry.
Yeah, I've been having dry air here too.
Yeah. All right, what was I saying?
Oh, you're surprised that Loki was in the beginning?
Yeah. So, okay, and so he had this staff with
yeah. Scepter. Spear.
Okay. And so the thing in it was that like a piece of the thing?
It's kind of its own power source, its own magical power source.
But is it somehow connected or just similar magical abilities?
It's kind of got the same similar powers to the Tesseract, the cube that it kind of has.
Okay.
It is its own entity though.
Okay.
But it does share the kind of similar power source, power level, I guess I could say.
Okay.
But, yeah.
All right. Yeah, I was a little confused about the connection with that. So he used that. I wasn't sure exactly what he was doing in the beginning, where he like touches it to the heart of, I think it was it 2 or 3 of the people who work at Shield.
Yeah, you like possess them.
Yeah.
Like change their mind.
So I wasn't sure if he was like. Actually, at first I thought he was gonna like enter the body of the first guy. They were gonna like switch bodies, and he was gonna be like undercover, like acting as the other person to like, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Go behind the scenes and take. I don't know. I think actually that would have been a better idea, but you know.
Hawkeye and Dr. Selvig.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was so he did that. That was interesting. One of them was Hawkeye. You said that was his name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Barton.
Okay. You know what's so funny? He's looked familiar to me, and I couldn't place him. And then finally I clicked for me where I know him from. Not that it's I
Is it
watched
a Hallmark movie?
No. I watched the Graham Norton show sometimes, and he was on there. There must have been somebody else on who I was like interested in. Maybe somebody from like Doctor Who or Star Wars or something.
Yeah.
Because he was talking about his bitch resting face. How he just kind of always looks mad, and He was joking around about that, but yeah, he's got that face.
Stern look.
Yeah. But hold on a second.
Hello, Brando. Everything alright, Aaron?
Yeah. See, my chat's not refreshing.
Really?
I was gonna say, like, when you said hi, Brando, when you said that, I realized I'm not getting that, and I was wondering why nobody was responding when I asked if you guys could hear you.
Oh!
So, I'm sure you're gonna refresh this.
You're just gonna start it over? Wait,
I
you can pop out your chat, can't you? Like, click the little settings bar. Yeah. I think if you pop out chat, it'll...
There we go. Oh, that's interesting. It was set... Oh, no, I have to put that back. Okay, no, never mind. I reset that. Okay.
Okay, good.
Oh, I see it. MXC figured it out. Yeah, I couldn't see the chat.
Gosh, we're all kinds of technical difficulties.
Yeah, well,
today.
you know, always. All right, well, hi, guys. Welcome back. Okay, I'm back. All right.
Now Nerd is back.
Hi. And I'm also still streaming on Twitch, everybody, so what else is going to happen?
So yeah, I was wondering how you were going to react when, of course, with the Tesseract and everything, all that freaked out, and then, of course, then, this big explosion, then there's Loki all of a sudden just there.
Yeah. I was like, oh, there he is. Oh, good. Now we're going to figure out what it all means. Yeah. 48-hour stream. Literally. It's supposed to stop after 48 hours, though, from what I read. So, actually, it should have stopped already. And if it hasn't, then Twitch lied.
Well, Twitch is, being a problem.
Yeah.
It's like...
I've tried everything. Definitely White Claw Night, yes. All right, so I don't remember what happens after that.
Oh yeah, the whole escape scene, they shoot Fury.
Oh, was this when he goes into the where he goes to the event?
No, he goes. This is the chase scene where they're just escaping and trying to stop Loki from escaping, and they got the cube, and the whole place explodes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't remember the order of things.
Yeah.
Just take the records.
We were that was yeah. So of course, they escaped, they got everything, so they have to start calling in the team.
Yes.
And
okay, yeah, so
that's when we get to Black Widow's scene, where she's interrogating / being interrogated.
Oh, yes. Oh, that scene was so funny. I remember, yeah, in the beginning I was kind of surprised. I was like, I'm surprised to see her in such a situation. She's strong, she's smart, she's tough, and then she's like, oh, yeah, I'm in the middle of getting all this information from this guy, and he's like, wait, what? You're... And then all of a sudden, with the chair on, she just starts, she puts what's his name? Hawkeye on hold, and then she's like...
Yeah. Oh, no, it was Coulson. Yeah, she was talking to Coulson. Hawkeye has already been possessed.
So this is Philip? Phil?
Yeah, Phil Coulson.
Oh, Phil.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later. I'm not okay. Okay.
Oh, that would have been a reaction.
Black Widow, trained assassin, and ballerina, yes. Yeah, so then she beats the snot out of everybody with her chair, breaks out of the chair, grabs her heels, and takes her phone and just goes.
I love that fight scene so much.
That was pretty badass. That was pretty cool. Yeah, she totally owned that thing. All right, so yeah, and then so she comes along. She eventually gets the Hulk.
Yeah, she gets ordered to go collect the big guy.
The big guy, yes. And yeah, so that's when I was saying I didn't realize at first who he was and what was going on, and she's my talent for Marvel.
Yeah.
She'd make a good one.
she has a bunch of different styles throughout the movies, but I like the short hair one.
I like it. It
one of my
does
favorites.
suit her. Her skin isn't glowing quite as much as it did in, what was it, Iron
Yeah,
Man?
she's a little more tan in this one.
Yeah. My goodness, she was just glowing. She was just, her skin was just perfection. And then so we see Captain America, which I was excited to see. I don't know. I guess I'm just so sucked into his story.
Yeah.
But okay, all right, hold on, one thing at a time. So we see him beating up a punching bag, and we see how strong he is, and he, I guess he reluctantly, kind of comes along.
Oh yeah, Fury gets him
Yeah.
like informed on the situation.
Yeah. He just, he's like beating snot out of his punch bag, and I want to know what happened to Agent Carter. Okay, I'm not over that. Oh, I was
gonna say there is a TV series for
really?
Agent Carter. Yeah, it's on Disney too. It's on Disney Plus.
I might have to watch that.
I haven't watched it yet myself. I have to watch. I'm actually going to watch it soon.
So
yeah, I'll see if it's safe for you or not.
If it's safe for me. Oh yeah. I made this. I guess I'm more of a romantic than I realized, which is kind of sad for me. I had this whole theory that Agent Hill, she was the brunette who we always see.
Kobe Smulders, yeah. Fury's friend, coworker.
I guess so. I thought for
How I Met Your Mother.
I never watched it. I thought for sure that she was going to be like the granddaughter of Agent Carter, and was going to like tell Captain America, and then they were going to fall in love or something. Just a mention of. I thought she was going to be really.
That would be weird, watching Captain America fall in love with somebody related to Peggy like years later.
I mean, I guess in a way it's weird, but at the same time, like,
yeah.
They didn't mention Agent Carter once. He should still be not over her. Typical.
Oh, but look, Cap's got another, lover. Like Coulson really loves Cap.
Which one is Coulson?
Phil.
Oh, right. But Daniel, hello. No spoilers. Oh, Winston, did you put a spoiler?
I don't know. I've looked at it. It was fine.
Oh, okay.
But,
yeah. Anyway, so that was my theory. I was just like waiting for that to happen, and it didn't. So I was like, fine. But anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Nah. Agent Hill's her own person.
I guess.
Let's see where. We get to. So yeah, Cap's not happy with finding out that the Tesseract, like after doing all he did to stop Hydra and get the Tesseract out of Hydra's hands, now Shield, the place he's working with, now has the Tesseract, and now they've already lost it to like some super god guy.
So can I tell you, because I can admit stuff goes over my head. I did not realize that this power that we've been seeing is was the same. So whatever they were dealing with in Captain America, I didn't realize it was the same thing from Thor. What? I don't know what's happening here. Okay.
It's gonna be. We'll get to there. We'll get there, Winston. We'll get there. It's gonna be interesting to see.
Well, anyway, I'm all up to speed now. I figured I connected the dots. But yeah, anyway.
But yeah, the cube is the same cube. It's always been the same cube.
Yeah, I didn't really put that together.
let's see where. So we finally get back to We get to Iron Man and Pepper. We get to little moments with them.
Yes, they're so cute. I'm totally obsessed with their relationship too.
I love.
She keeps him. She keeps him grounded. I like her. We didn't get as much of her in this movie, but it's not Iron Man, so context matters.
One of my it's one of those things where I forget how like it's not that the other movies before weren't funny, but I feel like this movie was really funny. Like we just had a lot of great humor throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, it was fun. It was funny. The characters were witty. Yeah. I find Iron Man especially funny. Like his humor, to me, is like the best.
One of my that's actually like, so when I saw this in the theater like back in 2012, back when this came out, I saw it like day one was like May 12th.
May 4th. It came out on May the 4th. I feel like that was like a big stick it to Star Wars kind of thing. But anyway.
No, it's like 12th, and it was Friday. It was a Friday evening. And everything. I went to go see it, and so this is the funniest. Like this is the first time I feel like, because I've gone to movies before and I've always enjoyed movies, but going to movies I've always told be quiet, don't make noise, don't do anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time I've ever been to a theater where everyone just laughed, everyone like cheered, everyone just did all this.
Oh,
And I was
really?
this was an experience I've never had before, and I was like, man, and of course as the movies went on, I was like, I love this experience. I love this experience of going to theaters and just have like cheering and laughing with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I always feel upset or embarrassed when I'm like laughing or making noise during it, like everybody's quiet. I was like, oh man, why is nobody joining me?
That happened to me when I went to see episode 2. Like, people were cheering, like they cheered at the opening crawl, they cheered when Yoda kicked everybody's butt.
Oh yeah.
Jesse,
That's
hello, how are you?
Okay, now here's the other really my favorite moment, or great moment that I had going to the theater for the first time is, so me and my brother, we both went at the same time. We got to sit, like we sat at the 3 front rows because it was packed.
Mm-hmm.
First 3 rows, I sat down. So halfway during the movie, I had to go to the bathroom because of the soda and all sort of thing. I came back and it was really, like, I don't know what it was, but it was really dark to see. I couldn't see where my brother was. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to stand here at the back and just wait until there's like a bright spot and I can find my brother. I stood till the end of the movie. I never, he sat by himself and I just stood at the back, like near the door and watched the movie, and I completely forgot I was just standing there.
Oh my god. Wow, talking about getting sucked into a movie.
I mean, yeah, it was, I just didn't have time to focus on going back down. And it also was like, where he was sitting wasn't as good as where I was standing, so I was just like, it's a better, I like where
Aww.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's one of my favorite movie theater experiences.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I remember once getting to a movie like late, like a couple minutes late, and it was like completely packed, and there were literally 2 seats. I went with my cousin, like literally in the first row. That was all that was left, and we spent the entire movie up like this.
Oh.
It was just a little too close. That was my worst movie experience.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, like credits rolled, everything else. My brother came up to me, he's like, "Where were you?" I was like, "I was just here. I was just standing here. I completely didn't have time." As it reminds me of the last movie, Captain America. When I saw that in the theater, I actually going back to trying to find my seat. I accidentally touched somebody's head trying to feel my way through the row, trying to find my empty seat, and I actually just felt somebody's top of their head, and I just kept going.
It's not The Last Jedi, but I think it undercuts too many scenes. I'm adjusting some though.
Yeah, the movies keep their
reserved seat. Yes.
Yeah. did that. But yeah. So yeah, that's one of my that's why I love this movie because that was my first experience,
Mm-hmm.
like a movie theater experience that was fun,
Yeah.
and I really like. It was kind of the thing that made me like go, okay, I'm going to go to every movie now forward to get this experience, and
Aw.
thankfully this experience experiences kept growing as we
that's
get.
good. Yeah, I'm sure, especially after like kind of COVID dies down a little bit, people are going to appreciate going to the movies so much more. Probably see like a lot of people going back, and it's an experience. I know they're not open out by me yet. It's definitely an experience people miss. So, the shot of them all together makes the movie.
Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So back to the movie.
Yeah. Let me look at the synopsis because I have a hard time remembering what comes next.
Let's see. Yeah. So I love that little moment where like Pepper and like Phil. It's like, who's Phil?
Oh, yeah.
His name is
on a first name
Agent.
basis. And she asks him about the cellist. Lord Vader has returned. Hello.
Yeah. I love that person. Like I don't like being handed things. It's like, okay, I like being handed things. She takes the thing, takes the girl, and takes this from Tony. Just
yeah, that was funny. Yeah, and he looks it over, and I mean, he obviously.
You have a lot of homework.
What's that?
You have a lot of homework.
Yeah. But he decides to come along. But I feel like before everybody else was like skeptical about the whole thing. Like, what is S.H.I.E.L.D. really, like, what's their mission? Like, he was, if I understand correctly, like, he was suspicious of them.
He wants to be in the know. He wants to know what's going on because, it kind of makes sense because he was out of the loop and that's how his weapons all got over into the wrong hands.
Yeah.
So now he's making sure he's in the loop of situations.
Which is smart.
So.
Oh, right, he was rejected.
Yeah, that too. He was also like, he wasn't like brought on for his superpowers. He was just brought on for his intelligence mostly.
Yeah. And him and like Captain America kind of like butt heads a little bit. Because Captain America, he was in the army. He's got that mindset. You like follow orders. You don't question. You do what you're told.
The different ideals.
Yeah.
And perspectives.
Yeah.
Is really interesting to see.
Yeah, I like that. How all their different styles, their methods, their mindsets, how they clashed or complemented each other. And Black Widow report from end of he didn't like it. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Let's see. So we find where Loki is, like at a location, and Loki does his little parade or whatever at the party.
Oh yeah, that was creepy. Yeah, he like takes over this. Okay, that was another thing I was a little confused about. When he went to the crowd with the event or whatever was going on, he singled out one particular person, that older gentleman. Mm-hmm. And he did something to his eyes.
He needed an eyeball.
He needed an eyeball. Okay.
That Hawkeye could scan to get him into the security for the meteorite material that they needed to stabilize. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those like really quick blink and you miss it kind of informations. Like I think that's when I left the theater. I kind of missed that information. I came back and was a little confused.
I realized they were doing something but I was like, all that just to get in? Mm. That's kind of weird. Why not just beat the crap out of people and make your way in?
He had a
get a retina scan.
He had another motive that he was pulling off later, as it's revealed.
Okay. Maybe that went over my head too.
So yeah,
Oh, you have to go?
Cap.
Okay, Lord Vader, thank you for stopping by. Yeah, so then he, scares the crap out of the... I'm losing my voice. He scares the crap out of the crowd. Makes them bow before him or whatever. But then... then he's about... So, someone stands up to him in the crowd.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to bow to you or whatever. And Loki's like, I'm going to make an example out of you. And he's about to kill him. And then...
Cap shows up.
Oh, right. I'm thinking... Oh, Thor. No, wait a minute. It was Captain America.
Captain America shows up. And him and Loki have a fight.
Mm-hmm.
And then Natasha, Black Widow, she shows up to... They're all like asking Loki to, stand down or take a rest and all that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Iron Man shows up and helps.
Helps in his own way. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Anyway, I know they. Well, I don't remember exactly what happened after that, but I know like they end up back on the. They were able to capture him.
Mm-hmm. He basically like said, okay, fine, take me in, and they were flying him in, and that's when a storm begins.
Yes, and he's like, I don't like thunder. Why not? Because what happens afterwards? And his brother shows up.
Just comes in, takes out the other two guys, takes Loki, and flies off.
Yep.
So they go after him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, who was it? It was Iron Man went after him, and
then Captain followed.
Yeah, and they had a little tiff. They went back and forth before they got together.
Yeah. Loki and Thor talk.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I guess we have something to remove.
Sammy, please.
Yeah, one of my absolute favorite moments, favorite jokes in the whole movie is just simply like Thor's like, listen well, and then he gets hit by Iron Man. It's like, Thor's like, I'm listening. It's like, it's just. I think that was the moment I knew this movie was gonna be fun.
Mm-hmm.
This movie was gonna be entertaining.
Yeah, it was fun. It was funny.
Thank you, Emixie.
Yes. Yeah, funny, entertaining.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can hold on a second.
I was gonna say I know I did something once. I know I was able to remove people once.
Oh, here we go. Got it.
Yeah.
Hidden. Yeah, I don't think there's... Yeah. There we go. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. So then, they eventually... Again, I don't remember all the little details in between, but I know they eventually capture him.
Yeah, well, Thor and Iron Man have a fight.
Okay.
And then they settle down after Cap interferes.
Mm-hmm.
They bring Loki on board the ship, and they put Loki in his little prison. The ant boot.
Yes, the ant. Yes, they kept using that. And they were concerned, what's he trying to do? He surrendered too easily. And I think around that time, that's when Iron Man starts looking into what Shield is really working on. At that point in the movie. But then Captain America well, they go back and forth, and Captain America, he's like, I'm not questioning, you take orders, whatever. But then he kind of goes off on his own, and does his own digging, and he learns that they want it for Shield wants this. What is it called? The
Tesseract. The cube.
Yeah.
They want it for possibly weapons, like as a detergent for future problems.
Yeah, like they knew that the world was at risk. They needed bigger weapons, so they wanted to use it for that. Yeah, but I've used this before. It does make them disappear. So
leave.
We should be fine. Yeah, we should be fine.
Let me see. So, Loki teases Mace Windu with unlimited power.
Unlimited power.
It's like, you had power, unlimited power.
Okay, no problem.
And yeah, poor Captain America in this movie. He's completely out of time. He has no, everybody's talking about Stephen Hawking, all these other future things, and
and he finally got one.
He's like, I understood that one.
Yeah,
the flying monkeys.
He's like, I know what that means, and everybody just kind of looks at him like, good for you.
It's like I just.
Let's see.
Oh, so that one's just like, you be careful how you speak about Loki. It's like, he killed 80 people in 2 days. He's adopted.
Oh, man. It is. I'm sweating. I'm sticking to my chair.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I definitely see Thor's kind of matured a little.
I was gonna say that before. Yeah, when we started talking about him, to his credit, you can see he's matured. He's more serious. He understands what needs to be done. That he needs to, deal.
He's not as brash as he used to be.
Yeah. So that made him more tolerable.
Enjoyable.
Yes. Sorry. Enjoyable, tolerable.
Yeah.
What I think it is too that his voice bothers me. It's very dramatic. Does he really talk like that? He can't really talk like that in real life.
No, yeah, he does. Definitely puts it it's much more acted.
Okay.
But yeah, he's Australian. I think, yeah, Australian. The actor.
Oh. Okay, I can see that. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
He's hilarious in real life.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth was great.
Oh, that's who Chris Hemsworth is.
That's Thor's actor.
I recognize the name, but I didn't realize that was him. Okay. Wait a minute. What does he look like in real life? Hold on a second.
And be careful.
Fully clothed pictures of Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, probably. Not just that, but don't get any sneak peeks.
Well, that's Liam Hemsworth.
Future. He's got shorter hair. That's one thing. In the future, not real life. He doesn't have the long, luxurious locks.
Wow, he looks so different.
Yeah.
Okay, he is shirtless in this one.
Let me see.
Wow.
Hey, so what did you? Oh yeah, so we get So after a small conversation, we get a little conversation with Iron Man or Tony and Banner, where they're talking about science and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they also talk about their powers, how Iron Man's got how he had to make a suit and his energy core to survive, and Banner's got to deal with his internal struggles.
Yeah.
And such. And of course, it's the whole thing. It's we gotta Tony keeps tempting Banner,
right. He's trying to instigate
he's testing him in some ways, like
Mm-hmm.
how he keeps this issue under control.
Yeah.
And of
And
course, everybody's like getting him off, like getting mad at it, like getting mad at Tony. But Tony's like, he's just gotta loosen up. He's just gotta, do this thing. So it's kind of like this back and forth situation.
yeah, he's like, it's no big deal, but yeah. Eventually he, comes to life.
Yeah.
Thor's voice is meant to be boastful and loud. I guess it's a good way of putting it. It's like arrogance. There's arrogance in his voice. Like, I'm Thor, God of
Yeah.
Thunder, and I like the sound of my voice.
Also, like his hair is better, like longer, like a little less short, like Kenobi mullet, much more Qui-Gon mullet is growing.
Yeah, his hair has changed, his face changed. Hulk is virtually unstoppable and unkillable, but not completely.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like he's basically you can't shoot him. You just can't shoot him.
Yeah.
So yeah, after the conversation with Cap, Tony, and all that, Cap like goes searching in the vaults or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, what did you think of the flying carrier ship?
Oh, yeah. So it was like a submarine, but then it comes out of the. But then it's like it flies.
It's like an aircraft carrier that flies, basically.
Oh, but it came out of the water though in the beginning, right? Like it was.
Aircraft carriers are on the water too.
Oh yeah. I hear aircraft and
ships.
thinking the air.
Yeah. We don't have that yet. We don't have what this movie invented.
And then okay, and then it like becomes invisible. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. I remember watching it immediately, like when I first saw it, the immediate thing that ran through my head was that Doctor Who flying airport that the Master had.
Oh, I forgot about that. See, I thought of Harry Potter, like the flying car that they press a button and becomes invisible.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I thought of. The funniest moments in the Avengers?
Or your favorite moment?
Oh, your favorite funniest moments. I don't know. A lot of scenes were pretty witty. I'd have to think about that. Maybe as we go along, something will jog my memory of something.
So, we have a Black Widow interrogates Loki scene.
Yes, I like that scene. And again, like, it throws me off because, like, for a second there, I thought, he's trying to, like, manipulate her, get her all emotional. So, she's, like, trying to, like, fight for the life of,
Barton, Hawkeye.
Hawkeye, yeah. Before the stream, he was talking about Hawkeye, and I thought he said hot guy, and I'm like...
I actually forgot what Hawkeye's first name is, what Barton's first name is.
Oh, I don't even know. I'm bad with all their names.
I'll need, like, chat if they can remind me real quick.
So she's trying to, like, convince him to release him from, this spell or whatever he's under. And then, he asks why, and she's like, I got a debt to clear or whatever. He was sent to kill her, but he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is that true? Like, the story
I believe so, yeah.
Him? So does she get her own movie at some point? Where, like, we kind of get to see her history?
I'm gonna, like, I guess I'll let you know, her movie is being made now, and it was planned to be released this year, but it got pushed back. In fact, it should have been released, like, last month, but now it's pushed back to November. Clint Barton, yeah, thank you, Jesse. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of one of my plan.
Mhm.
Part of this plan is to get you caught up to the hopefully November release or something.
Oh, do you think they're gonna release? Maybe they'll release it on Disney Plus instead.
They might have to if this, which it probably is still going to continue. This whole pandemic situation it's going to
Yeah.
probably continue in November.
Oh man. Oh, I'm excited for that. Like I'm excited to kind of see her
That
story.
that'll be interesting. Like that'll be a new movie for me too. to
Yeah.
have.
Oh, we're gonna watch it together. We should do if they do release it on Disney Plus. Um, we'll watch it.
We'll see.
Don't know if anyone asked before, but how come Incredible Hulk is not discussed?
Kind of on me about that because I felt like because we were doing this once a week. I didn't want to like have to overwhelm nerdy with a bunch of movies. That also
It's also not
Incredible
on Disney
Hulk.
Plus.
Yeah, Incredible Hulk has I feel very little that affects his like the if you don't like all you kind of learn about him in this movie. Like you learn kind of all you need to know.
Mhm.
For the future movies and
Yeah.
everything. Like, there's very little from his origin movie that I feel affects the future movies per se or his character.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of why we skipped that one for now.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's me too. Like I didn't like I'm watching all these movies for free on Disney Plus. Like I don't wanna, you know. I mean I really was only $4 on Amazon, but I'm like, I'm not gonna spend $4 on a movie that I'm only gonna watch like once, you know? So I know that's silly, but
Like this is also kind of in a strange way. Like I knew about the Hulk. I knew what the Hulk was and what kind of character he was. I've seen like there was one movie about the Hulk that came out before this, like back early 2000s that I've seen a little bit of it, and I also had some like old comics that had his character and everything featured. So I knew, like, surprisingly, Hulk was a very popular character that I knew about. That in fact I didn't know about Thor, Captain America, or Iron Man. I knew about the Hulk, but I didn't know about those characters before this movie. So yeah, I felt so when I saw this movie, I felt like, okay, that was enough information. Like, if I already know what kind of character he is, and this movie gave me enough to know what he is going forward.
All right, what are we up to next? Let's see.
Hello, Madigan.
That's what we're up to.
Speaking of the Hulk, we get the
we get the dog.
Everything goes kind of south for a minute on the ship.
Let me pull up my synopsis here. I lost my synopsis. I had a good summary, and now I can't find it. Oh well.
Well, I'm here.
I know. Sorry. I was like trying to be. I didn't want to put it all on you. Right. Okay. So. Well. So, all right. So Black Widow interrogates
Loki for information.
Yeah.
Loki tries to manipulate her. Thinks he's doing it.
I thought he was too.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
I'm definitely. We'll get to that when we get to that. But I'm sorry, chat. I was just gonna say, those will be important. Those definitely will be important.
Yeah. So I thought the same thing. I thought that like. He was like getting through to her, and I was like, it's so like, and I'm like, I don't get that. I thought she was a strong female, and then boom, like, she gets the information out of him. Like he's like, I'm not the monster, or something like that, or the monster's already here, or I don't remember exactly how he worded it. But he was referring to the Hulk, right?
That's what she interpreted.
Okay.
Talking about Banner.
Yeah.
And so she immediately runs in to stop, like, get Banner like out of Loki's like influence or anything that could cause the Hulk to appear. And of course that's when Fury finds out Tony's been sneaking information, like learning information. Cap shows up with the Hydra weapons and Hydra stuff, all that, and yeah, it just gets worse. Like the situation just escalates more and more and more.
Anybody want to redeem channel points? Madigan wants a snack.
The pup is hungry.
See that tail wagging in the back? My poor dog. Here you go. Yeah. Redeem channel, yes.
The next movie, we're doing double feature. I'm planning for a double feature.
So it's Iron Man 3 and... Wait, what's the next movie? Don't mind that.
The next two movies is Iron Man 3 and Thor 2 Dark World.
Okay. More Thor. I can hardly wait. Does Natalie Portman come back? Am I allowed to ask? Never mind.
I'm trying to think of how to answer that.
He can't answer that, so...
We'll just stick to Avengers. We'll worry about that when we get.
Okay. So next.
So yeah, of course, Captain and Iron Man are really butting heads about their ideals and stuff, and they're it's just like let's see who's like better fighting each other, like who's like put on the suit or something, like Cap's like taunting him and such, and
yeah.
Oh Banner,
yeah.
Like,
and then he's like, and then
big man in a suit of armor.
Yeah, and then I forget what happens next, but then the Cap's like, you put on the armor. Go put on the armor.
Like, oh yeah, like that's when Hawkeye shows up with the and then just blows up one of the engines.
Oh right. Okay. Yes. Oh yeah. He has this like special arrow thingy that he shoots.
He's got an arrow for everything.
Yeah. That he shoots at the ship, and oh yeah. So I thought that was weird. How come all of a sudden you could see it? You could see the ship.
I guess it's just decloaked for the
sake of the movie.
The plane that was coming in, so it could land.
Okay.
Because they were on a hijacked. I don't even know what to call those I guess jets, those little planes that the shields have. That Shield uses.
Okay. Yeah.
EMXC. Like to bring up a question, but I think to answer that is it was the scepter was affecting everybody. That's why their emotions were getting a little heightened, and I think that's because like once, like you can see like everybody's arguing, it kind of pans over to the scepter, and it's like kind of glowing. So I think its magic was kind of affecting everybody's emotions in that moment, everybody's mind.
Oh.
That's why they were a little testy with each other.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't put that together. Yeah, so then it explodes, and Captain says to Iron Man, "Go put your suit on for real estate."
Go get your suit. And Black Widow and the Hulk are trapped down floors lower.
Oh yeah, and so they start. Oh yeah, so they're trapped. She's like under something, like a piece of metal, and she looks over at him, and he's like kind of like he's lying face down like on his arms, and he's trying like really really hard to like center calm himself down, and then it's just like all of a sudden you see the clothing start to rip, and he turns into
the beast, the big Hulk,
within.
The other guy.
Yeah. So, but she's like trying to like talk him through it, like it's okay, everything's gonna be okay, don't worry, like, and then
sun's getting real low.
Yeah, and so he turns into the Hulk. She is able to escape, and she goes after him, and they fight. He's like,
he's just unstoppable.
Yeah. Yeah. So this was like me seeing him in action for the first time. And yeah, like you like so yeah, like he doesn't have any superpowers other than like his strength. Like there's no technology like Iron Man. Doesn't have special shield like Captain America.
Yeah, he's
Um,
just brute
he's
force,
just
and
yeah, just really really strong, and big. Um, so yeah, so they kind of go back and forth for a little bit.
mm, and then so she all Black Widow can do is just run at the moment, and then
Yeah.
when she gets a little cornered, that's when like Thor comes in, kind of distracts the Hulk for a bit.
Hmm.
Of course, their fighting doesn't just they're just tearing up the place because they're trying to just subdue the Hulk,
Yeah.
and that's so they everything's just going on. There's so much going on. Captain America and Iron Man are trying to start an engine back up,
Hmm.
um, and I love it's like Iron Man's like explaining all this techno babble and stuff, and Cap's like just give it to me straight, speak English.
Yeah.
You see that lever? Pull it. That's all you need to do.
um. Yeah, there were a lot of good. There was a lot of good like I don't know fight scenes like more than I expected. Um. Yeah, and that was a good one.
Also like that the hammer can't be lifted by Hulk because it's based off worthiness, not strength.
Oh, right, that's right, right. Yeah.
um, yeah. Oh, so Loki. So after like Hulk gets distracted by an airplane and flies off
Hmm.
and gets sent away, Thor goes to stop Loki from escaping. Of course, that doesn't work out for him.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Hulk lands somewhere.
Mm,
Somewhere.
yeah,
No clothes. um. And the guy who found him was funny.
yeah.
I don't remember
It's
like what he said. He was like,
an alien.
oh yeah, are you an alien?" He's like, "No." He's like, I think you're sick or something. Like, I think there's like something
You got a
wrong."
condition.
Yeah. But he got him pants, so there you go, and clothes.
And yeah. So yeah, Loki gets out of his prison. Thor gets locked in in the prison. Loki's just like, "Are you gonna ever not fall for that?" Like the little trickster trick he does.
Yeah, he's very mischievous, and then, yep, Thor gets trapped in there, and then he releases the.
Phil shows up. Coulson shows up.
I don't want to talk about it. I liked him. He was funny, and he was dating the cellist.
Joss, you curse your inevitable betrayal. Curse your son, but inevitable betrayal.
Phil tried to stop Loki, and Loki killed him.
Tricked him.
Yeah.
God. And yeah.
And yeah, he died, and he didn't die right away. It was a slow death.
He did get one last good one on Loki where he shot him.
Yes.
Which is nice.
Yeah. He tried. Yeah, and then Samuel L. Jackson comes along. He's like, "Hold on, we're gonna help you. Like, you look at me right here. You look right here. Eyes here." But
Stay with me.
yeah, but he died.
Yeah. That was a really upsetting scene.
I really didn't think. I thought at first maybe he was just hurt, and like they were gonna, we were gonna find out like maybe at the end of the movie that he actually like survived, but then he died, in front of Samuel L. Jackson's character. And then he goes to tell the Avengers what had happened, and
Yeah.
they roll.
Like, and it was that was one of my like they really built it up too because early on in the movie they just had Coulson be this really sweet guy
Yeah.
throughout the movies, and then of course I love that. That was one of my favorite jokes is like he's just like it's not so. I'm so happy to get to meet you. Like I mean, I didn't see you, but I watched you while you were sleeping.
Oh, when he was
So,
talking to Captain America, that was so cute. He like all of a sudden, like he's always very serious, and all of a sudden he turns into like this big like nerd. Like,
yeah,
um, he loved Captain America.
yeah, and it was that was great. And then of course it was just like, I got these cards. Can you sign them like sooner?
Yeah, and
And then
he never did. Yeah, when so Samuel L. Jackson like threw the cards at them, like, oh, I guess he never got his cards signed. And then Hill was like, those weren't on in his pocket. They were in, I don't know, his desk or something.
Yeah.
Like, and he was like, I was trying to, give them a little push. They needed a little push.
this is like, I think like that's what Coulson says. Like this was like before, like his last words were like, hey, they needed the push or something. They weren't. This wouldn't have worked if they didn't have a push.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's I mean, curse you, Joss.
He knows how to get you right in the gut, Joss Whedon.
And yeah, but it got them working. And so like everybody's like, Hulk gets a bike. Thor gets his hammer back. Everybody suits up. Barton Black Widow like gets Barton back to normal after their little scuffle.
Yes. Frankie drink. Here's to Phil, everyone. Here's to Phil.
It's so funny that you remember Phil more than Coulson. Like,
Well, do you want to know? Well, first of all, definitely intentional. Like, at the beginning of the movie when Iron Man is with Pepper and she says, Phil, and he's like, Phil. Like, they say his name repeatedly. It's like foreshadowing. It's like a sign. Like, he's going to die, so we're going to make sure you know his name. And so that is the only reason I know his name.
yeah. Yeah, they definitely like. It's just like for like many of the movies and many afterward, of course, because everybody remembered it was like we always just call him Coulson.
Oh.
That's last.
Yeah, I can't
So
remember.
I just it's like, oh yeah, I guess you would know him as Phil better than
Yep.
Coulson.
Yep. They made an impression. Agent Hill, what is her first name? It begins with an M. I think it was like Marie. I saw it on Wikipedia. Or something.
Maria
Maria.
Hill. Yeah, I was gonna say like you got it. You almost got it. Almost there.
Oh, so I was close. All right. Close enough.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, what was it? Like this? And I was like, oh yeah, right, they do say it.
I made sure I knew her name because I was like, I had my whole theory in my head about who she really was, but nope. And again, I feel like it's because I've seen Doctor Who. That's something they would do in Doctor Who.
Let's see.
But
Hey, Brando's back.
welcome back, Brando. I'm sweating.
So now we get to the finale, basically.
The whole big fight in New York.
Yeah.
That was
Iron Man. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that was intense, and it's so again, it's always weird for me to see New York in movies, especially like, well, I mean, as a New Yorker, it's weird to see New York.
I was gonna say like, what was it like seeing a city you know well?
I hate disaster movies. Like, I don't watch disaster movies whether it's like a natural disaster or like aliens destroying the city. Like, I don't watch movies like that. Especially when it's...
You ever seen Titanic?
I did. Because it was one of those movies everybody said, oh, you have to watch. But I watched it once and never again. That was more than enough for me. I don't like sad movies. I am one of those people. I just watch the same movies over and over again. Even like, okay, so like aside from Star Wars being my number one fan, fanatic over it, like Harry Potter's my other one. And I've seen all the movies, but really the first three movies are the ones that I watch over and over again because they're like the happiest.
Yeah. Even though I don't like. Was it? Prisoner of Azkaban is pretty dark though.
It is darker, but nobody dies. From then on, people. Spoiler alert, people die. Princess Bride. Not that many, but a lot. My sister got me into it. She's seen it like at least 100 times, if not more, and read the book.
So yeah.
Sorry, I got sidetracked.
No, it's fine. That was one of the things I was like, when I was like, hey, this is you've seen this city. This is like probably some familiar areas for you.
I one thing I noticed was they had what do you call it? The insurance. You saw the insurance company in the background. The farmer's one. Why can't I think of what it's called? State Farm.
State Farm. Okay.
Oh, you didn't see State Farm, but you saw like
the building.
Yeah. Well, and there was like a part of like their like a say like the saying or whatever. I thought it was funny. But yeah, so that was like I'm like cringing, and I'm like, oh my god, what would I do if I was in that situation? You know, you're just I don't know.
Yeah.
I just I hate scenes like that. Cars flipping over, people running. Yeah, so I kind of like I get all squirmy during those scenes, but it was action packed, and it was, you know, I didn't breathe for the whole scene. And again, like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, I thought like the way they did this, like the way they filmed this, was really cool, like seamlessly, like literally, like you just went from, okay, this is what Captain America's doing, scan the camera. This is what, you know, Black Widow is doing, scan the camera. This is what,
yeah.
And you immediately get pulled into whatever they're doing, and then whatever they're doing, and I just thought
that was
seamless, like it was.
That was
cool.
Yeah, that was a really great, like they did a really great one shot where they started with like Black Widow, then they followed Iron Man to Captain America, helped him out, then they flew up to Barton, Hawkeye.
Yeah.
And then he shot over to where Hulk and Thor are. It's like it's all one shot. I mean, which is like it was really great to just see that, because you just knew that like this is what we've been building to. We've been building to a movie with all these characters.
Yeah.
And
working together, and hi. Yeah, so I really enjoyed that in particular.
Also, oh yeah, go ahead.
I know, I was just gonna say, and so there were these. What are you trying to say about New Yorkers? These beings, that on their flying motorbikes.
Oh, the aliens, the
aliens.
Chitauri.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can't remember what they're called. Yeah, that was weird, but they were causing havoc.
Yeah.
Destroying things.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like, just kind of reeling back a little bit, we had that little moment with Tony, like having a like threatening Loki, like having that small little talk with him while he secretly suits up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
That was a really great scene. Like we all thought like Tony was gonna get possessed, but then the little metal thing on him stops that.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Like it was just like I don't remember if they could hear the audience just kind of take this little inhale, like, and then and then we all laughed because.
Well, I guess none of them like. That's the one thing I've noticed about these movies is like okay, at least for me, like as someone watching this for the first time, I'm like, oh my god, are they gonna die? Like, oh my god, what's gonna happen to them? And it's like nobody dies. So like, is that a thing? Like nobody dies, like in terms of the superheroes. Like,
well, this is the first one. We're not going to kill anybody off in the first one, so.
Oh, okay.
We'll see how things go in the future, though. Like, when things get more and more the stakes.
Because they trick me every time. I'm like, oh my god. Oh, they do?
It's like, what, are you going to kill like Han, Luke, and Leia in the first Star Wars movie?
Well, I just assume like, you know, they're superheroes. Like I didn't like. Oh wow! I don't know if I can handle that. Oh, that's crazy. So like they really like kind of suck you in, and then they just kill them.
let's see. Oh,
I know. Well, they
that's
killed it.
yeah.
I guess they eventually.
And they killed Obi-Wan. They killed Obi-Wan.
They did. But like, we only knew him for a hot minute.
Yeah, and he was the mentor guy. He's like, you're in the mentor position.
Yeah.
You are on the chopping block.
I mean, it would be different if you watched it from the prequels.
Yeah.
Like,
Which I always
kind of
thought
like
would
with
be
this. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I think that's always would be interesting. You see Obi-Wan from the prequels, and then you watch A New Hope, and they just kill him.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
And there are people.
Boom.
I mean, there are plenty of people who watched it that way. So I can only. I wonder what the impact was like for them. But that's kind of like what this is. Like, so you're kind of getting pulled into all these characters.
Yeah.
New and that's what she said. And then I guess some of them die. Nobody tell me who.
I was like, let's see.
Now I'm thinking about who it'll be.
I like. It's there's a lot of movies for you to look forward to.
Okay. I guess I'll have the
Um,
tissues prepared.
Yeah, I'll definitely say that. Let's see.
Can you imagine
Oh,
if
yeah,
I
there's-
cry if Thor dies? Can you imagine?
Oh yeah, that's one of the greatest moments is when Hulk shows up or Banner shows up and was like, "All right, let's bring this machine, like bring the alien whale to him." It's like now you need to get angry. It's like that's my secret.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
always
always angry. Oh yeah, and
Such a
those
great-
weird like, it reminded me of an eel, like just a big,
Yeah,
metallic.
big fish
Yeah,
creature.
a lot of weird creatures.
Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely like that one got a big cheer when the theater was with that. The music, especially, like the music in this one's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Like the music,
Yeah, it was good.
the theme, the Avengers theme. They really did good.
Who does the music for Marvel? Do they do the same composer? Like Star Wars?
They have like for this one it was Alan Stravinsky. Is that his name? Alan Stravinsky something. But I don't believe he's been in the previous ones. They do have different composers for a lot of them, but they do bring some of them back for the later ones. For depends on which movies, but yeah, no, I think a lot of different composers for different movies.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Sometimes it's good to mix these things up a little bit. Civistry.
Did Back to the Future.
Oh.
Interesting. I can hear that. I can hear that in this.
Yeah. Yeah, so then the big eels come along.
Yeah. So we have a big, huge battle in New York. Like, there's a lot of, like, it's, of course, things are escalating because, they need to shut the portal down.
Yeah. And, so Black Widow makes her way up there. She, gradually. I think this was this the scene where they were kind of like panning or whatever, going from
Kind of, yeah. It like led up to that where she gets on one of the little flying machines and makes her way up to the tower.
Yeah, and the older gentleman, I don't know his name.
Selvig, the guy from Thor.
Okay, Selvig was there. That he suddenly lost his mind control,
He got hit, like, I think when Iron Man tried to stop the machine, he blasted it, and the rebound, like, knocked him out for a bit. And because same thing kind of happened with Barton earlier, like, if you kind of get hit in the head, like, really hard, the power just doesn't work on you anymore.
Yeah. I just think that's kind of silly. Like, I feel like they could
Yeah.
come up with something better than that. Cognitive recalibration. Well, I guess if you put a fancy word like that.
You just get knocked down. The power's just like, okay, well, I don't have a brain that's functioning anymore, so I'll leave.
Yeah, it works. And so he figures out that the staff what is it called again? I don't remember what it's called.
Scepter.
The scepter.
The staff, scepter, sphere. It's got a lot of names.
That will stop. That will close the world.
Yeah, he kind of like subconsciously put in a failsafe for the machine, which he basically like says the scepter will basically has the power to block the Tesseract's power, sort of thing.
Kind of like when they built the Death Star.
Yeah. So it's like he's basically Galen, so
yeah,
like the exhaust port.
So she gets it, the scepter, and so she knows how to close it, but
the council, the council people.
The council does what they want, and they decide to send a nuke, yeah, to demolish New York.
Basically, just take out the portal.
Yeah. So Samuel Jackson's like, he's gonna kill all these innocent people. My team has it under control. Like they'll, and
he's not gonna authorize a nuke until the situation's out of control.
Yeah.
Like there's no choice. So he's basically like fighting the council, but the council's like, we'll just undermine him because we're above him and something like that. So they issue the order for the strike.
Yeah.
And so they call Iron Man to catch it.
Yeah, so he catches it, and he takes it
into space.
To space, through the portal, and oh my gosh, and his his machine or whatever you call it, his suit is like, do you want me to call Pepper? And they try to call Pepper, but they can't get through, and so she's watching this thing unfold on the news, and I'm like, oh my god, is this the end of Iron Man?
It's like, Pepper, turn around! Your phone's ringing!
And you just kind of see him floating, and like, Black Widow, she's watching, she's like, come on, come back, because she's they want her to close it, but she's trying to wait.
Yeah.
Jarvis, okay.
Yeah.
And so finally she has to close it, and at the very last second he falls through. And he lands, and he's like, hey guys, you want to go out for some whatever it was called, like
shawarma. Yeah. Hulk catches him.
Yeah.
And just checks him down, and he's all knocked out and everything, and then Hulk just roars and wakes up.
Wakes him up. That was funny.
It's like, please tell me nobody kissed me.
That was really funny.
Yeah, and of course the nuke blows up the motherboard, the mothership or whatever, and shuts down all of the aliens.
Yep. Yeah, so then that all stops, and
they won.
They won the battle. New York lived to see another day.
And
most of New York.
Loki got thrashed.
Oh yeah, Hulk takes him and whacks him back like a rag doll. That was painful to watch. Oh. Yeah.
That always looks painful, but it always gets one of the biggest laughs in the theater.
I can imagine.
Watching the villain just get.
Yeah.
And then after they win, they go up to him and he's like, okay, I'll have the drink now.
Yeah. Loki got smashed, literally.
And then the ending wraps up, and they get shawarma after.
So that scene I saw where they do that at the end.
So Nerdy has a confession.
This is not a confession. I'm more than happy to say this. I don't sit through credits. I don't care what movie it is. I don't sit through credits. So whenever I watch these Marvel movies, I know there's a scene at the end. I'm just gonna take my finger across my phone and go right to the end and watch the end scene. She skipped
a scene, which is, to be fair, she didn't know about. I forgot to inform her on that. And but so now, whenever you are ready.
I know I'm gonna.
Just
Apparently,
gonna-
there was a who puts a mid scene in the like in the credits.
You're gonna see a lot of them. And let you know, there's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be a lot of those in the future.
That's just ridiculous.
Um. So yeah. Live reaction, real quick. Nerdy has seen the mid-credit scene of this Avengers movie.
Hold on.
It's like there's like the big first few credits, and then there's like the black credits, the black screen credits.
Okay.
So it's after the special credits, the introductory credits sort of thing. I don't know.
So wait, you're saying it's before that end scene that I saw?
Yeah, it's like you go to the end of the movie. It has its credits like after Iron Man, after everybody's like settles down and he's.
I should mute the music. I want to get in trouble.
Yeah. So there's like all the credits where it shows like the characters' little bits of their arm, like their clothing, and
oh,
their
it's after
outfits.
that.
Yeah, so it's like just a little bit out, like just keep going until you get to a little past that, and that'll be that credit scene.
Okay. So they're zooming out from. Okay, created by Joss Whedon.
Yeah.
All right. Story by.
Yeah. Some of them can be skipped. Some of them there's some credits. Like when we get to some of these movies, I'm gonna actually tell you which ones to not watch and which ones that are important.
It's different if you're in the theater. Like I get it if you're in the theater and you know it's coming. Like at home, if I'm watching this on my own. Bye, Brando.
See you, Brando.
All right, come on now, folks. Music.
What's
Visual effects. There's still, you're seeing like all their gear and stuff.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. Chris
Oh,
Evans.
you're seeing like. I'd skip like 20 seconds ahead if you don't want to.
It's hard to
watch
do
this.
that on the phone.
Doesn't Disney Plus on the phone have like the little like?
Oh, I think I
skip
got it.
10 seconds. Like double tap.
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
yeah. I guess I could have done that. They are unruly, therefore cannot be ruled. Who is that?
Oh, that's the guy that was talking to Loki earlier. Okay.
So that's the red guy. Right? Was he red?
That's the. It looks red, but he'll be important later.
Okay.
But yeah, they teased a villain for the future.
Okay. Purple guy. He's purple. Okay.
He looked red in the. I remember when everybody was like, "Who's that?"
Grimace.
So, yeah, that's.
Why watch some and others not? No, I watch all the end scenes. I just fast forward through the credits.
Yeah. Yeah, she I forgot, she just went from the end of the movie to the last scene.
Like I knew there was gonna be I figured there'd be something at the end, so I just
which I forgot to warn her there's something in the middle.
So it was all Inspector's fault. Oh, I didn't remember you saying that.
Oh, some of them there's like I said, so now we're into phase 2.
Okay.
Now we're into the new we're into the next era, which we're starting Thor, and first one's Iron Man, and the second one will be Thor.
Iron Man,
Iron Man 3
and Thor.
And Thor Dark World is what it's called.
Okay.
And those after credit scenes you can watch if you want.
Okay.
I mean, those after credit scenes aren't important, but they're kind of funny.
Okay. Good to know.
And yeah, so yeah, we gotta, yeah. And yeah.
Well, yeah. All right. So yeah, so this was a good one. Again, not my favorite so far. That was still Captain America, but yeah, it was good. Well done. You did good.
It was interesting to see how see a team up movie that was really well done.
Yeah.
Especially because like I said last week, before this, we weren't sure if they were going to pull it off.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't sure it was going to be as good as it was going to be, and
right.
It exceeded those expectations.
Oh well, that's good. Yeah, I guess it's like going into these, I don't have any expectations, which I guess is a good thing, because as I learned from Star Wars, you can't always go in with expectations. But I guess it's different for me because I didn't read the comics. I don't really follow the story, so I guess I'm
like this is your investment. This is your story.
Yeah. But I'm enjoying it, so yeah, I'm excited to watch the next, especially Iron Man. I'm really excited for Iron Man because those two movies were really funny. First two. Thor, I'm but maybe it'll make. I'm open minded. Maybe it'll make him this one made me like him more, so maybe the next Thor movie will make me like him even more. So.
A chat.
Yes, watching the end scenes.
I was actually gonna say chat. I don't know. I was gonna say should we let you know about Thor and Iron Man 3, or should we let you watch them?
Let me watch them. I want to be surprised.
Okay.
All right.
But yeah. So yeah, I was gonna say what I said about the after credit scenes. There are gonna be some movies in the future that I'm gonna say don't watch it like I said for Captain America. Its after credit scene was the trailer. Some of them I'm gonna say don't watch the after credit scenes because they're kind of out of order in this way. Some of them are not gonna be in the right. It's not gonna make sense.
Okay.
Until later, so I'll let you know when it's for the experience, for the interest. It'll be interesting to see how the experience is for you.
Okay.
But, yeah,
I'm down with that.
For these next two movies, you should be fine. You can watch them if you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. All right, guys. I think we're still going in order.
Yeah, we're going in really sort of for now. I am actually going to change one movie. I'm going to bring one movie a little sooner, and it will it'll be interesting to see if it enhances the future movies. So we'll see. It's not gonna it's one of the ones where you shouldn't watch the after credits.
Okay.
But it's not. It won't be that big of a. It'll be interesting to see when you. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm bringing. Okay, I guess I'll let you know. I'm bringing Captain Marvel into phase 2.
Captain Marvel.
It'll be. Yeah.
So is he captain of all of them?
You'll see.
That's how it sounds.
See how you think of that movie.
Oh, and Stan Lee wasn't. I'm sorry, that just made me think of this. Didn't he he had a cameo? Wasn't that him?
Yes, that was the old guy.
Yes.
That was also Stan Lee has been in the previous movies.
He was? See, and I was so proud of myself for spotting him this one. I was like, I don't even know Marvel, and I recognized him.
I was.
Well, crap.
I was actually. Yeah, I was actually going to. I was actually waiting to see if you noticed him in any of the earlier movies before I brought him up and pointed out. But now it's yeah, Stan Lee makes a cameo in all of these movies up until he passed away.
That is so cool. But I only noticed it in this one. I keep availing now. Okay, I gotta Google this. Now I'm curious.
I would wait. I'd be careful because.
Well, I could look it up for the specific movie, or I could wait till I'm done. Don't worry.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm always scared that you're gonna see something. It's not ready for you.
All right.
But yeah, you can look out for him in the future.
Yeah.
'Cause
That's like Alfred Hitchcock. He used to appear
Yeah.
in all his movies.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Nice.
yeah. Yeah. All right. So that's all
right.
I have to think about. We'll discuss more in the future as the future comes along.
All right. Sounds good.
Um,
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for hanging out and again continuing this journey with me as I make my way through Marvel. And if you guys haven't already, please make sure you check out the Inspector Who Reacts. Had put some new content out this weekend. He does live streams. He does Star Wars. He does everything. Lots of different things. So yeah, make sure you guys check it out. We will be back next Sunday with discussing the next movies. So hope to see you guys there. Everybody have a great rest of the night and be happy, be safe, and we will see all of you soon. Bye.